All right, so give me the Dan Quinn stuff that you
There's
have.
audio of him on the sidelines in the Browns game. It's also kind of a visual. You can see him animated with all the guys, and he has a nickname. He calls his defense a nickname.
All right.
Come on and hit. Tack, running and hitting. Boom! Out of the way! Yeah! Keep hunting. Keep hunting, bro. I appreciate you.
Jaden loads one up towards the Army run. He's got him! Touchdown!
One.
Daniels to Brown on a bomb!
That's the wolf. Yeah. That's the wolf. You're wolf, right?
Yep.
You're wolf, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Calls everybody
You're a wolf.
You're a wolf.
Some people were taking that to mean, well, the Commanders are going to change their name to the Wolves.
No.
I'd be psyched if I was called a wolf.
Right?
Yeah.
You hear Bram there making the call, right?
Mhm.
Bram has been the voice of the Redskins for a few years now, and he's a guy that we've known for 20-some years.
Yep.
Bram, I was listening to Bram on Kime's deal as I was driving in, and I thought Bram made an excellent point, about this offense, and the fact that we're leading the league in scoring is just unbelievable. But it's not like this. I give credit to Bram for pointing this out. It's not like we're taking advantage of fumble recoveries or interceptions where we have short fields. That's happened twice. A kickoff return and maybe one other, maybe it was a turnover or something. But pretty much they're just marching down the field and scoring 31 a game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the beneficiary of just starting in the red zone and getting gimme points.
They're scoring at will.
They're kind of scoring at will, kind of. They're kind of scoring every time they touch the ball.
Right. Maybe that a game where they didn't punt.
I brought up the stat yesterday. They're averaging 3.3 points per possession, which is absurd. It tracks with some of the most prolific scoring teams in the league.
Yeah,
in the league's history.
And I know I've said this, and I know that there are old heads like us out there that can relate. I haven't felt this way since 91. And that doesn't mean we're going to win a Super Bowl or anything like that. But it just means I haven't felt like we could score every time we have the ball. Literally in 31, 32, 33, whatever year it is. 33 years.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bizarre feeling.
Larry Bird, number of years.
Yeah. All right, so Valdez also has more audio. I think this is of Frankie Louvu, who had a monster day on Sunday.
I got to ask you about your head coach because there's not a single person in the world. I've covered this league for over 10 years now. Everyone has something good to say about Dan Quinn. It's pretty cool. Everyone loves him. He's the architect of the leading the boom, fast, stingy, versatile. That literally sounds like you. What has it been like so far to work with Dan Quinn, who never worked with you before, but wanted you in his building?
Man, I wish I was playing for Dan Quinn my whole 7 years in the league. I mean, dude is just a solid coach, solid person, father. Mentor, and every category that you think a G should be at. He always said that, be a G. And that's DQ.
Wow,
it's great to hear. By the way, I
Can't hear a better compliment than that, right?
I saw an article. I think it was by Doug Farrar, and I'm not sure who he's with now, but he's one of the analysts.
Or something, right?
And he called Louvu's insertion into Dan Quinn's defense as diabolical. And I know that all preseason you were hoping that Dan Quinn would unlock Jamin Davis.
Yeah.
But what he's doing is getting Louvu to be the Micah Parsons.
Yeah, so far, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's definitely the
really
star
good.
of that group, and Wagner too.
Has he been
By the way, a lot of
flexing
back patting from you about Jamin Davis in the preseason.
Yeah, I haven't noticed a lot of.
Well, he did play 25 plays.
How many times did you do this in the preseason? Told you about Jamin Davis.
Well, hey, he's still
done
there.
nothing.
He's still there. He 23 plays.
He's on the team.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he
out
is.
on
He's
the
lucky.
field.
He's lucky
Played
to be
more
on
than
the
the number one draft pick 2 years ago.
That is true.
Manny Forbes, I think, played 4 plays.
This is quite the honeymoon phase. I think everyone's in with Dan Quinn and this team.
Well, it's easy to be in a honeymoon
I
phase
know.
when you're scoring 30-plus points
Well,
per game.
that's what we said.
And you
We
got a
said
stud quarterback.
it all just takes wins.
Right.
And everything looks great.
Well, and
you
you saw
talk
the
about
turnout.
everybody.
You saw the turnout at the stadium.
Turnout was
What
unbelievable.
are tickets going for in Baltimore?
Oh, they're pricey.
They're but expensive.
It's
I think I saw like the cheapest like
I'll look at it.
nosebleeds
Yeah.
I saw were like $240, $250
Right.
before fees.
If you could get free tickets from Sam Wiener,
Sam Wiener.
yeah, would you go? Or would you rather watch at home?
I mean, I guess I used to watch it at home.
Yeah.
But 1:00 games are games I would go to.
Aftermarket tickets right now, according to ESPN.com, $262 is the cheapest ticket.
Wow.
Now, by comparison, like Cards Packers, $115. If you want to go see Colts Titans, if you want to blind yourself with bad football, $46 to get you in the door. Bucks Saints, $58.
It's going to cost you, if you have a family of 4, it's going to cost you $1,500 to go to that game.
Easily.
Yeah.
You think there'll be a lot of Commanders fans in the stadium?
I don't know.
There'll be some, but I
don't think
it'll
there's
be
that
a
much
lot.
room. It's all purple typically, right?
Weren't there a lot in Arizona?
There
Yeah,
were
but
a lot in Arizona.
That's different. That's Arizona. Nobody cares about them.
Yeah,
there.
there's actually
They
fans.
can't
are
fill
all
their
Ravens
stadium.
fans, right?
Yeah, no, but
you guys aren't going to sell your tickets to Skins fans.
No, but the home opener looked a little empty. A lot of Raiders
What
fans
happens
there.
when?
I don't know about that.
What happens when
Buffalo-
the Steelers play the Ravens? There's a lot of black and gold.
I think it's a little overblown about how many Ravens fans are in M&T Bank
Oh,
Stadium.
really?
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
they I think they sell off a lot of
if
their
that's
tickets.
true, then okay, then we might. But I know me as a guy that makes too much money, I still wouldn't pay that. I personally would.
I know that's
you need a hook
that's an
job.
outrageous sum to go sit where you can touch the flyover.
Right. Yeah, you don't
instead
want
of
that.
being in the comforts of your own home.
That's a
eating,
game where you
eating
need
buffalo chicken dip.
where you need a ticket hookup. You need to know somebody.
Right. All right. So we've been talking about the rankings and where the Commanders are, like what kind of respect are they getting? And I can remember you should go to week 1 when we were like 30, 31, 32. Literally, it was a month ago. This same football team was being ranked 30, 31, 32. Now, a month later, their high is 4. Sports Illustrated, The Athletic, Pro Football Talk has them at 5. NFL.com, CBS Sports, the 33rd team, Sporting News, Fox Sports, Clutch have them all 6.
Yep.
ESPN has them 7. So does USA Today, New York Post, Bleacher Report. I mean, legitimate news outlets.
They're not outside the top 10
That's
in
a
any of them.
weird, goofy fantasy thing that Cakes is into. Legit.
Yeah, I'm the only person into
outlets.
fantasy.
Let me see. Yahoo Sports has them an 8. Walter Football, 8.
I don't
The
know.
score,
Walter,
8.
how did Walter Football get on this list? I'm
I
still
don't know.
stunned by Walter Football's glow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just does a mock draft every week.
Let me see. The lowest, let me see.
10, 9?
Looks like the Ringer has them at 15. NFL Trade Rumors, 14.
They haven't updated them. How are they
Well,
only 14 or 15?
I don't know. Maybe they just don't believe. Maybe they're one of those guys that like look at the team records and go, they're not beating anybody. But I think some of those teams are better than records.
So that means teams like the 49ers, who are 2 and 3, are above them.
Maybe
the Falcons,
Maybe.
the Cowboys.
I don't think that record alone. I mean, record is a factor, but it shouldn't be the sole factor.
It's not.
Yeah, you could have a worse record than us and be ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, depends on the look. It's all opinion.
Yeah.
Do you
But-
think they'll make it to 1 if they beat the Ravens? Do you
Yes.
think anyone will
Yes.
be that crazy to throw them at 1?
Well, who do
I
they
don't
have
think it'd
at
be that
1 right
crazy.
now?
I don't know, probably the Chiefs.
If they're
and the
5
Chiefs or
and 1 and
Vikings?
beat the
Vikings.
Ravens,
I think we're.
Chiefs or Vikings are probably 1 or 2.
I think we might be better.
I
than
don't
the
think it's a
Vikings
crazy
already.
ranking if they beat the Ravens on the road to put them at
There will
number
be
1.
one in some of those. I'm sure.
Yes.
I think you're a little bit nervous about this game. I'm getting a nervous
Of
sense.
course, I've told you. The hottest team in the NFL. They have the best offense in the NFL. Of course I'm nervous.
Well, it doesn't really mean anything if you lose though, because it's a one-off.
Are they the
I know.
hottest team in the NFL when there's 2 undefeated teams?
Hottest in terms of scoring
Scoring.
1 billion points every week.
Yeah.
It's the style points, I would say, yeah, definitely the hottest
All
team.
right.
I mean, certainly. I would say over the last 3 weeks, we're definitely the hottest team.
I don't know.
It's only been
Chiefs,
5 weeks played.
Chiefs won the Super Bowl and haven't lost since.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
they
they haven't looked that
they
great.
haven't looked
That's a
impressive.
perfect example.
Mahomes has 6 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yeah, but
They
they're
haven't
still,
looked
but they're
pedestrian.
still winning.
All they do is win.
Understood.
Great, but it shows they're vulnerable.
Yeah, but the style points. What's the
Haven't they
Commanders
won
as the hottest team.
back-to-back Super Bowls?
They have.
And they're undefeated.
They have.
Well, that's why they're one in most of those. They got to be those power rankings.
Yeah, it's funny because I only have where the Commanders are. I can't go through every one. That's just way too much effort.
But of course I am, because the Ravens' biggest vulnerability is the pass defense.
Are you vulnerable to a one-way bet like Drab was last week? Or
Yeah,
no?
we got to think
Have
of
you
something.
gotten to that point?
I was thinking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
The Drab thing was so organic, and you were so offended by the thought that they would lose to the Browns and not put up 30 points. But I feel like I'm the biggest Commanders hype man in this room.
It's kind of weird.
It's very weird.
I'm trying to. You're doing a little reverse Lou.
I'm not doing a reverse. I'm trying to get you guys all fired up.
No, are you kidding? I'm super fired up.
No, I'm trying to get you guys to buy.
Free rolling.
I know. I'm trying to get you guys to buy in instead of free roll.
I can't. It's hard for me to imagine that we can knock off the Ravens when literally a month ago I thought it was the worst defense I'd ever seen. So I was praying.
It's evolved.
Yeah, I guess it happens.
It's adjusted. It's evolved.
I guess it happens, but it's hard for me to imagine.
Playing the Browns helps. Now they did shove it on the Cardinals, who the Cardinals put up 24 this past week.
You're still in this mindset that you have an idiotic coaching staff that just rams their dumb brain into the wall week after week. This is a smart coach.
I don't think that about the offense.
I know.
don't think that about the
I know.
offense.
I'm just saying you have a smart coaching staff that adjusts and has shown that they've adjusted.
Yeah, I don't know that we have the personnel to adjust, but maybe we do. I'm a little bit of a non-believer in the defense.
He has leftover trauma from Ron
Yeah,
and all the clowns that
you
preceded
know how
him.
much crap I've been through the last 33
I know.
years?
It's time to shed all that scar tissue.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
It takes years to do that.
Ask my wife if I'm happy on Sunday. She mocks me with my clapping that I do in the house.
Like a seal?
She walks around the house and she makes these clapping sounds because I'm getting all fired up watching the game.
She should be clapping there with you. She should be.
She doesn't like your
simpatico.
clapping.
Does she care?
She mocks me because I'm a loud clapper.
Well, she probably loud claps when she watches the U.S. Open. Do you mock her for that?
Yeah.
No.
But
No,
yes,
listen, I just added to the list of mocking of me in my house.
but yes,
my whole family mocks me.
you're damn right. I'm nervous about this game. Also because I need the Ravens to win.
You do
Because
need
I
a
can't
win.
I can't go the entire calendar year with Commanders fans holding that
Well,
over my head.
Specifically, Jeff Walker will never let you live it down because he thinks you're a prime like Jaden Daniels hater, correct? Like he's
Well,
I'm
he
not-
definitely thinks Drab is.
yeah, he thinks
Well,
Drab.
Drab
I don't know.
is.
I don't understand
Crap
it.
is.
Okay,
I don't understand it. I'm not a Jaden Daniels hater,
Yeah.
but the Jeff Walkers of the world
Yeah.
are making me dislike him. All right. What?
What is he doing?
I don't know.
He comes in and talks about it every day.
He's not used. The younger Commanders fans.
Yeah.
They don't know how to act.
well, you're right because they.
I know, they
haven't-
don't know how to act.
They've never had success.
I know.
They haven't had sustained success ever.
And they're doing this. They're doing this. Jaden's the best quarterback in the league. Jaden's better than Lamar. Jaden's
Right.
better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
And I'm trying to school the young Jeff Walker
Right.
that they don't throw a parade for you
Mhm.
if you have the best quarterback in the league. You don't get a ring for having the best quarterback in the league. So he can be narrow-sighted about that.
You might get a Super Bowl trophy. For that.
You can have tunnel
It's
vision.
awesome.
No, that's what I'm
Nice.
saying is
It's
you don't
all
get
over.
you don't get the Super Bowl trophy for having the league MVP.
Right.
Ask Lamar. Ask Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
happen like that.
Often you do. Often you do. You often do. Like you're giving me outliers.
I'm not giving you outliers.
They're not outliers.
It's not outliers. Just because you win the
MVPs
MVP
win all
doesn't
the time and don't win the
yeah,
Super Bowl.
doesn't mean
Peyton
you win the
Manning
Super Bowl.
won.
You may not hold
Peyton
on.
Manning, I believe, won 5 MVPs. He's got 2 Super Bowls.
Okay. It doesn't mean you win the Super Bowl that year, but if you've got an
Oh, yeah.
MVP caliber player, what
should
accompanies
win
that
one.
typically is a
Hey,
trophy.
I know, but this is why it's stupid. Is because he's throwing the parade already. He has the cart before the horse.
If
Yeah.
the Commanders,
Well, you can't accuse me of that.
I'm not
No,
accusing you of
nobody
that.
is. If the
Yeah.
Commanders win the Super Bowl at some point, I'm not
Do
saying
we
it's
get
going
a
to happen
ring
this year.
from the Commanders?
Think of all the motivation you can give to all the volleyball teams with all
With
the,
all the
All
rings.
the rings. No,
especially
Yeah,
Commanders.
look at my
thing is-
look at my hand.
we don't get Commanders rings because we're not affiliated with the team.
I guess that's true.
It's
I'm just
true.
putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there into the
True,
universe.
we don't. The only thing we got a shot for, Wizards.
I would love a Wizards ring.
That's going to be a while. Hey, Matt Myers, are you going to do an emotional hedge bet?
I haven't decided yet.
He doesn't like betting against
TBD.
these guys. I'm telling you, emotional hedges are amazing. But you only do it when you're convinced you're going to lose.
Well, I'm not really convinced yet.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a prime spot for you then. Yeah. Because you're really going to be rooting for
Yeah,
your
I'll
boys.
wait. I'll wait for the Super Bowl to do it.